Let's see if anyone joins. Part of me thinks it's been too long for anyone to join, but I will take that L for myself. I'm gonna post it on my Instagram and tell people that I'm live. Let's wait and see. Oh, there's 3 people watching. Oh my gosh. I was expecting like maybe 0 or 1. Say hi. I'm back. Just posting this on my story. I haven't seen you in years. I was just thinking about you a few weeks ago. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I just felt like I wanted to come on before I post a video, and then you guys are like, "Well, you didn't even explain what's going on." So I felt to give you guys that courtesy because I felt mean about just rocking up and not apologizing and not explaining what's been going on in my life. I'm gonna wait a little bit for a couple people to join. But how are you guys? Sorry again for my terrible consistency. Thank you so much for loving on me and supporting me. I was literally listening to your podcast the other day. I hope you're doing well. Thanks. If you guys haven't been keeping up with me, I do still do my podcast. Um, that is kind of where my focus has been in the last year. I literally haven't posted on YouTube in 11 months. Like I haven't even opened the app as in like the YouTube studio to see like what's going on my channel because I've just not wanted to look at it because I just feel so embarrassed for like leaving it for so long. Hope you're doing blessed. Thank you. I felt bad about leaving it for so long, but I just had kind of a war with self in terms of what I wanted to focus on content wise. I've always loved YouTube. YouTube is my forever baby. Like I want to know how long you guys have been watching the podcast. Can not the podcast, sorry. I'm so used to saying podcast now. Watching my channel. Have you joined on the new channel? How many years? Or were you from like way back when watching the podcast back then? The YouTube channel. Oh my gosh. I used to be like that with my podcast where I'd be like, see you guys later. And it's like you're not like seeing me, you're listening to me. Um, but yeah, cut a long story short, I felt as though I needed a refocus. I felt God telling me, like, you're going here, there, and everywhere with your direction. You're busy, you're confused, you have a purpose and a plan, as in what I've given you, but you're not executing it in a way that's like sustainable. Which was like a bit of a slap in the face to be like, God, I'm trying to get everything together. But I kind of realized like I can't run before I can walk. So the podcast for me was sort of like a lifting off my shoulders with, the editing, the uploading. YouTube is the most high maintenance platform to produce content. Um 2019. Oh my gosh. I love that. I love that you have been there for that long. You have seen me literally become a woman. Like I was a child in 2019. I was 17 years old. That's insane. Thank you so much for sticking around. Um so yeah, I just felt like, okay, podcasting, it's really low maintenance. I can talk about God in a way that is so raw. I felt like YouTube, I had made it like that. This is not your fault. It's not the platform's fault. I had made it so high maintenance to the point where I wasn't enjoying it anymore because I wanted everything to be perfect. I needed like the intro to be perfect, the mid roll to be perfect, the end roll to be perfect, like everything, like where, like whether it was a thumbnail or like how I gave my points, and the editing had to be on point. And I just felt like I was spending a lot of time stressing about perfection and not resting in God's perfection. So for me, the podcast was like a step back to be like, all you're going to hear is my voice. I'm taking myself away from the biggest platform that I've ever had. YouTube has always been like where I have thrived the most, where I felt the most comfortable. So it was really hard for me to do that, but I felt like it was needed. So the Less of Me podcast was launched in October of last year. So we've been going for just over a year, and I took a big break out of that in of itself. A lot of personal stuff going on in my life, which I will expand on at a later point, probably on a podcast at some point. Um, so I didn't post from March until like September. Like, guys, it was bad. I was kind of just going AWOL. I was still posting on TikTok every now and then. On TikTok, I am the most active. So if you want like active LED, like TikTok is where you're gonna find me. I just make like quick, short videos about God, whatever. Um, but I've been kind of like developing. By the way, this is my nose inhaler. It's winter, so I've always got this in my hand. Um, I've been kind of developing in a way that's like sustainable. So I'm not overly stressing it. I'm not getting myself into like a rut and a confusion of like, where do I go from here? So the podcast was the focus. TikTok has also been the focus. And then I kind of thought, okay, I am going to get back to YouTube, which was hard for me, um because when you've been away from it for so long, like how do you think you're gonna like bounce back like that? Like how are people gonna receive you for like the millionth time, where you have like disappeared and come back again? And for that, I am really sorry. Like, genuinely, I don't know how content creators do it, where they have that like back to back consistency. Well, I know now. I know it's through the grace of God. But like when life hits, like the last thing you want to do is put yourself on camera. The last thing you want to do, especially where I feel led to give quite deep takes on different topics and kind of always have like my spiritual hat on. That's hard to do when you feel like your spiritual hat is not on in your personal life, but you need to bring it out in public. Um, so that's kind of where I'm at now, in the sense of I definitely feel ready to go back on YouTube. And I don't think as of right now it's going to be just like the videos that I've done in the past. I want to start doing video podcasts. I miss doing my video podcast. If you guys were around from like the Influence Her days, you know that that's literally all it was. I never did audio podcasts. But I definitely feel like God brought me into a season where like that was necessary. I had to go on that journey myself and like detach from what I thought was like what I had to do, like make content, regardless of if it's like perfect or if it's what everyone expects. Like for me, I had to realize it's either like for the well, 8 years, almost 8 years I've been doing YouTube. For the 8 years I have had in my mind, well, like seven and a bit, that I have to have everything like to a T perfect. And it was either like full blown perfection or just fall off for months. And I realized that like, if this is what God has called me to do, I can't keep like this back and forth thing where like I drop off for ages. So the audio podcast was necessary. It definitely was necessary for that period of time, but I'm ready. I'm ready to get back into it. I miss YouTube. I miss like seeing you guys and interacting with you guys, cuz like on podcast it's not that interactive. Like Spotify has like a comment section, but it just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't give like the same vibe, in the sense of like I'm actually just sat talking with you guys, you know? Um, so yeah, the podcasts aren't going to be live, but I intend to go live every now and then just to chat with you guys, even if it's like every other week or something. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to come on and say hi. So when I come back and I post my first video, that you guys aren't all just like, what is going on? She hasn't been around in ages and all of a sudden she's on my feed again. So I hope you guys stick around for the journey. I don't know how many times I've said that. Honestly, God is faithful because I am the most flaky person. Like, I have so much dedication for what I want to do, but I just find it hard when I'm not rooted in Christ to stay up to date. So we are gonna trust God right now, and I have taken my time. I haven't rushed into it. I've made sure that, like, okay, am I ready? Yes, I am ready. So I'm not gonna hold it back. So new videos come in, hopefully once a week. Pray for me. If you want to see my face more, as I said, Instagram, I'm very active, whether it's on my personal or the Less of Me podcast. Hey, hum, was thinking about you this week. Hope you're well. Oh my gosh, thank you. Hope you're well too. Thank you for logging on and commenting that. That's so sweet. Um, yeah, and TikTok I'm very active on as well. But I want to get back to YouTube. Like, I have to go back to my roots. This is where it all begun for me. You know, I can't let it go. Hola. Hola, hola, hola. How are you guys? I've missed you. I've just kind of just been sat here talking about why I've been gone and apologizing for my absence and what I'm doing now. So thank you for staying. Honestly, you guys are the best. Like, I don't know where I picked you up from. I don't know how my fans, my homegirls, I wouldn't even call you my fans, you're my homegirls. Like, no matter how big I ever get, you will always be my homegirls. Oh my gosh, hey girl. Hey, I don't have Insta or TikTok, so I'm gonna appreciate the YouTube content. You know, I've heard that a few times how a lot of people don't have YouTube, not YouTube, TikTok or Instagram. And I feel bad, like, I've ghosted you for so long because I haven't been on here for so long. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing video podcasts. So I hope you enjoy that. And as I said before, I'm gonna be going live every now and then just to sit and chat with you guys. Because I love going live, like I really do. The podcast, I like for the type of podcast I'm doing, I quite like just like the no distractions when I'm talking. But I want to do lives that I dedicate to you guys. I've missed you so much. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks, guys, for all of your love and support. But yeah, this is a hopefully a new turning chapter for me. The Less of Me podcast is coming to screens as of next week. I'm going to be recording the episode tomorrow. I will be getting a proper setup at some point, but for right now, this is going to be my setup. I'm going to be just talking with my little mic here and vibing with you guys. I hope you enjoy the long form content. It's not something I've done in a long time, so be listening to it when you're cleaning your room, when you're doing your makeup, when you're just chilling around the house. Like, that's what I do with longer videos. Sit and enjoy them, get a popcorn. I'm at aim to make, usually my podcasts are like anywhere from 25 minutes to an hour. An hour is when, like, you know, I'm preaching about something. So you don't want to miss those. Even though they're long, they're the good ones. And Lydia only talks for that period of time unless she's got something to say. So yeah, that's gonna be what's going on. We'll try and update you guys more. I need to make most of the community tab on YouTube as well, because as people have said, not everyone has Instagram or TikTok, which means that, like, you're not seeing my updates on my life. So I will be doing that, committing to that, and I really believe that God has given me this break and is now pushing me back into moving again and prioritizing things again. But yeah, love you guys. I've missed you. I forgot the warm fuzzy feelings I get from YouTube. The warm fuzzy feelings I get from talking to you guys. Like, it almost makes me emotional. Like, part of me thinks, like, I don't care how big I get. Like, I just love talking to you guys. Like, and I'm just so in awe that you guys have like been so patient with me. Like, you guys represent the fruits of the spirit for real, because I don't know how you've stuck around with me for this period of time. But yeah, this is just a quick hello. Hope you guys are well, and new video will be up next Saturday. But yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you then. Have a lovely weekend. Ooh, does it do a thumbs up? It's like FaceTime. Oh, it's like the FaceTime one. This is exactly like the FaceTime one. And then the one thumbs. What other ones are there? I can't remember. This is all me and Naz do. At the end of our FaceTimes, we just like sit there for ages and wait for the hearts to come. But this one comes a lot easier than the FaceTime. Usually, we're sat there for a hot minute. But anyways, I love you guys. Have a lovely week, and I will be back with videos next Saturday. Love you. Bye.